it's me, Mama India. So sorry we've been MIA. Izzy was up in Indiana visiting Mac, which was really a crazy story. We'll hit that another time, but she did. We drove up to Indiana one day, came back the next. She stayed with Mac, but now she's back home. Bailey's been busy with school, so we are now back to our regular schedule, but we're going to be doing 1 day a week instead of 3. Some things that we're changing up is we're going to be doing a lot of ghost hunting. Everybody knows the supernatural and the paranormal and all that crazy stuff is very, very intriguing to me and my family. So we are actually going to start a podcast. And the very cool part is some of the podcasts that are local, or not local, but feasible where we can get to it, we're going to actually go investigate ourselves. So that should be really pretty fun. But nonetheless, what we are doing today, I'm a huge crime junkie. I listen to Crime Junkie Podcast. I never had really listened to podcasts, but we were going back and forth to Atlanta so much with Sophia's acting. And I was finding myself getting very sleepy, so I kept scrolling, and I am picky. Went through a dozen different podcasts till I found someone's voice that didn't absolutely drive me crazy and annoy me. So thank you, Ashley Flowers. Till I found Crime Junkies, and I absolutely love them. So they keep me going. Thank you guys for keeping me going when I'm on the road late at night. And plus your podcasts are so great and just so much information. You guys just really... you nail it down for us crime junkies because I'm one as well. So I'm just excited about what we're doing today. Now, I am a mom who has tracking devices on my children's vehicles, on their phones. I track my children. I know where they're at. I actually have eliminated texting them, hey, where are you or what are you doing? Because I think it takes too long. And my eagerness to know exactly what they're doing, where they are. So I just put a check mark and they know they better respond like that or I'm going to be calling them and freaking out. Okay, so today we're going to be doing something called If I Go Missing. And they actually talk about this on the Crime Junkie Podcast. Ashley Flowers really goes into detail of what you should do. And I'm going to be taking it one step further. On their podcast and on their website, they have DNA kits that you can purchase and you swab and you just freeze it. So if your child or you ever goes missing, they're not in your house trying to look for hairbrushes or things like that. You've got your DNA right there in your freezer. So I'm going to be ordering that for the kids. But today what we're going to do is we are going to be making folders of what if I go missing. So now I'm going to get the kids and we're going to get started on this, okay? So I guess you guys are probably wondering why I had you guys take such crazy pictures of your scars, of your tattoos and things of that. Mm-hmm. Well, I've been really finding excuses to go on rides just so I can listen to podcasts.
Which I love.
Oh my god, I hate it. I was stuck in a car for 8 hours with her just listening to a podcast.
But it's so great and informative. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it because it makes me more paranoid.
You should have seen the way she was in Indiana. So I literally didn't answer because it was 6 o'clock in the morning and I was sleeping. And Light 360 said I didn't get back home until 4 o'clock in the morning, which is probably true. She literally said, I'm going to call cops to Okay,
but here's the thing though. Ashley Flowers and them, they report from Indiana. And most of their stories, it seems like, are from Indiana. And I just so happened to start listening to their podcast when this was in Indiana. So I'm listening to all these episodes thinking, I need to drive. I was literally up that morning, and when I saw that I traced her, and she never went back to the dorm. She went to stay at someone's house and didn't inform me. So I'm thinking, okay,
why would you do that?
If I get in my car now, I can be up there at this time, but let me call and get a wellness check. I was literally called her probably 100 times.
Wellness check.
I called her whenever I woke up, and I literally said, if someone were to kidnap me, why would they let me charge my phone?
Well, that's true, and that did something that eased me. I could look on the thing and see that it was charged to 100%. And remember, I called you, I think, freaking out, and you're like, Mom, she probably just fell asleep. Or you're with
We were literally right next door to the dorms, too.
But it scared me so much. So, I took pictures of you guys' things because we're going to make a folder that's going to be called If I Go Missing. So on the outside of it, I've got markers, I've got pencils.
We need to update these in a month because I'm getting a lot more tattoos.
Well, so what we're doing is actually, you guys, so I had Bailey take a picture. He has a scar on his leg, Izzy's tattoo, which arm it's on, her little birthmark that's on her cheek, pictures of her tattoo and which arm it's on. These are mine, just my tattoos. I have a couple you can't really see. And then Bailey's and which arm his on. So what you guys want me to do first is on the back of these, write which arm your tattoo is on. Okay, so just put left side or right side.
Did you want to I put my Instagram handle right there.
No, that comes next, so that's fine. You can put your name across it. So here, Love Wins is yours, that one's yours, that one's yours, that one's yours, and that's your scar. Make sure you put what your scar is.
Is this my left? Yeah, I think it is.
Yes.
If you write with your right.
Hey, why do you want to be like me? Why do we have both tattoos on the left arm?
I got mine first.
So here's what's going to happen though. You're going to take a sheet of paper, and on this one, you're going to write. You're going to listen to me closely, because this is not a time to hide anything from me. Nothing. Because these are going to literally go into a sealed
Oh, passwords? Oh, no.
No.
I don't even know my passwords.
Let me explain to you why. Ashley just did a story on a girl, and her dad happened to have the sign into her Sprint account, sign into her, I think, her bank account, and when the seconds, he could go in and say, okay, someone's using a credit card or not. This is the last phone call she made. If you don't do that, guess what happens? We have to go and subpoena you guys to get this information, which could take days.
So you have our phone.
I do not have, but what if somebody's, okay, Izzy is pretty much an influencer on TikTok, or she's getting there on TikTok.
So what's my TikTok account?
Well, she lost her TikTok account, started over, but my point being is she's getting pretty famous on TikTok. So what if somebody has sent her inappropriate messages and I can't access those, and we have to wait 3 or 4 days to get them? Listen to what's going to happen.
I did, and I said bend on me so I know it's not a scam.
So this is what's going to go on this one. Yes, I have your Sprint account right now.
And Navy Fed.
I do not have, do we have the Navy Feds that we can go into that, Bill?
How? Y'all don't set it up. Like y'all did that.
I think we can. I think I can go in and see any transactions that he does on his checking and stuff. I
can.
can do that.
So
right now, and we
I
will
don't even know my passwords of things, that's why I can't log into TikTok.
That's why I have my fingerprint.
Listen though, you guys. Okay, well then I don't know how we're gonna handle that. Ashley Flowers, any suggestions if I need a fingerprint?
Yeah, because I mean that's what it is.
So listen, what I need you to
do is
a bypass.
No, we could write on a piece of paper, like with a Sharpie, do that.
A fingerprint?
Yes. And then
I don't know if that'll work.
Yeah, it will.
Nothing won't work.
How much would it be? Can we try it?
Okay, so hold on.
It's not gonna
You
work.
can try it. Just don't go missing. Okay, here's the thing. So you're gonna, on this, I want you to put your Facebook login password, your Instagram, your Snapchat.
I can't do this.
Bailey, look at me.
It's not mom.
This is getting sealed by you, and look at my face. It will only be opened if you go missing.
Wrong, because then you're gonna, I went into your Snapchat the other day.
I am not.
Yes,
She literally did that and called you partying.
No, that never happened.
That did happen.
It never happened.
It did happen.
My Snapchat would have logged me out if you would have logged me.
No, it did not.
Yes, it would have.
Ask Izzy. We were sitting there watching you guys drinking the drink.
You saw a story or something.
I didn't see a story.
Yes, you did. You saw.
I didn't.
You saw my friend's
you
story.
You can think what you want to think, but I know
you did not log
true.
into my. You didn't. There's no way.
I'm telling you, didn't.
I would have gotten it with someone's Snapchat.
This is going into a safety deposit box. This will never be open until you go missing. If you go missing.
The thing about now is that here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Like everything you log into, you have to send a confirmation code to like something.
Yeah.
But if it's to a phone number,
and you get declined it, so if you ever tries to log into your stuff, you get declined it on.
But here's the thing though, you guys. That's why you're going to give me access to all your emails and all your stuff. You don't understand how imperative this is. If you were to go missing, there are hours. 1 hour means something. 2 hours means something. Okay? So on this sheet of paper, I don't even need to see it. Write down your personal stuff. Then you're going to do something else on a separate sheet of paper. So right now, write down your personal accounts. Put them in your envelope. Seal your envelope. And I promise you, I will not open them unless you go missing. I promise. You guys can check it regularly.
Yes, you will.
I think you promise.
You will.
I will not.
I mean, you will.
Babe, you're an adult. I'm not going to.
I mean, if you go on my account, so you would never. I mean,
you'd be scarred.
Yeah, I wouldn't log into my account.
Okay, so I'm gonna do mine.
Facebook and everything.
I'm gonna do mine so you guys have mine as well. I really only go on Facebook, but I have a few accounts. Well, they're business accounts, so I don't know. Okay.
I don't even like.
All right, so put your things in your thing, seal it up. I actually put most of my stuff on here, but Bill knows all of my other stuff. So if I go missing, you guys, my husband does know my stuff.
Can you start going missing together?
Oh,
I know. I really know how to do
it. Oh, that's right. You guys know how to get into all my stuff. You know all my passwords anyway.
Like I really.
All right, so this is where it gets interesting.
I don't recommend.
This paper, I want you to put any frenemy, any enemy that could, or maybe, and I'm not saying anybody absolutely wants to harm you, but they need to know anybody that maybe you had I hate to say it, a sexual encounter with that went bad, or upset somebody. Huh? Okay, well then, my list is long, so give me a little.
I don't even, okay.
I literally have this. I was thinking about this today. I thought for a split second that there was a car coming around the corner so fast that it was, you know who, that was the intentions of hitting me.
No, what was it?
No,
was this person?
No, it wasn't. But I thought first, I literally.
I really haven't wronged anybody, but I'm like one of those people you either really like or you hate.
She said NEX.
NEX, LOL. Not NEX. That's not true. Not all my exes hate me.
Wait, I really don't know. Yeah, either you love me or you hate me.
I hate that I have that personality, but I just do.
I don't.
So. You okay?
I was upstairs.
Was upstairs? Dad! You okay? Okay.
Let's keep it down. We're filming.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pretty much write anybody, and it doesn't mean about they hate you, just
I don't
someone.
really know. Like,
I literally only have one.
Okay, well if you have one, write that person
I don't
down.
even
so
have
you
one.
know.
I'm sure I do. I just don't know.
Pretty much anyone that's against the LGBTQ community.
LGTV.
Whatever.
I mean, like, there's some people on social media.
Oh my god.
But Izzy, who was the crazy that just threw your clothes back into the yard?
We got it.
Yeah. All my stuff is on 3 fake accounts.
Done fake. See, but that's the thing. I need to know those fake accounts, Bailey, because what if somebody
I
does
blocked them my DMs
I
real
don't
quick.
know.
But
I don't know where my phone is.
blocking them is okay.
Honestly, like, people love me. And then there's people that actually hate me.
That's kind of how I am. You either like me or you don't. It's just kind of one of those things. And usually, if you don't like me, you probably don't even have a really valid reason. You probably just don't like my attitude
Yeah,
or something. I don't know.
Period. Okay, that's literally all I have.
That's all you have.
Or,
Okay.
well, maybe. Hold on.
So,
I don't think anyone. I know.
Oh no. Bipolar. Girl is bipolar.
no, she knows how to spell that, Bailey.
Oh.
Yeah, full
We're
name.
talking about,
Yeah.
So what else
Send
do you
your
think
crazy.
would be important? So if Bailey goes missing tomorrow and I go get this folder out, what do you think is some very important information that we should have on there? Your height. Put your height.
I'll have acrylics on probably.
Okay, write that down. I'm wearing acrylic. I typically wear acrylics.
Wait, what else are we doing?
Put your height, because you guys are both done growing. See, I'm pretty lucky because I was in a psychology class and they said usually when you get into your 40s, your likeliness of getting kidnapped and raped and all that stuff drastically goes down. And since I'm old as dirt,
I'm probably in sweatpants.
probably in sweatpants.
I'm in broken socks.
I'm wearing Vans.
So while they're filling this out, I'm just gonna, shout out to you guys that take a few minutes and do this. Literally get an envelope that you can seal because, the kids don't want to share their personal information with you. But wouldn't it be nice as a parent that if your child goes missing, you can open it up and boom, there's all their logins right there. I would have never thought to do that if I wasn't paying attention to Crime Junkies. And then I'm really excited about getting a DNA test kit in because you really just swab their mouth really good. It's from my understanding. I haven't seen the directions, but I need to order mine. I'm going to order it tomorrow. And you just freeze it, and it's good forever. I mean, your DNA doesn't change. And then you also want to put your pictures into your folder. This is on my right leg, left leg.
Like you said, I'm wearing Vans, a hoodie, sweatpants, hair in a bun, hair tie on wrist.
You're always wearing earrings or a necklace.
I'm putting everything on necklace.
Any distinctive marks on your body that they should know about that maybe I didn't?
I have a scar above my eye. But it's not like a scar. Split eyebrow.
Good. Go. Well, yeah, right now you have a slit in your eyebrow.
It's staying.
Okay, it's staying.
Is that why you brought them in the bathroom?
Yes, and I messed it up. Like, it was like 2 lines.
So this is perfect. So if I needed to flash something on the news, hey, this is Izzy's tattoos. It's not me trying to describe she's a feather tattoo because feathers can be a million different things. How many birds are on her shoulder? Your scar on your knee. If somebody finds you and you're decapitated or you're chopped in
Scar on my
pieces
foot.
and your legs still together, at least we can identify you from your scar. So what do you think? Do you think I'm crazy for wanting you guys
I think
to
we're
do this?
manifesting it.
What's that?
You're not manifesting it.
Like, we're putting in the open, now we're gonna get kidnapped.
No, you're not. You're not going to get kidnapped.
I kind of
I
want.
kind of want to get kidnapped.
Okay, no, you don't. You listen to some of these podcasts. Some of these
Mom will give herself a heart attack.
You listen.
But I'll live.
It's serious business.
Bro, like, I just want to like have an excuse to beat someone.
Will I live?
Anxiety attack.
Thanks. That's exactly right. Don't give me an anxiety attack. Right. So anything else you guys can think of? Okay, we'll put all your things in your folder like this, and then I'm going to put them in the safety deposit box.
I don't know. I'm sure there's more than this.
Well, as you think, if you ask me, I can get it out, and you guys can put it together. So what do you guys think about doing this?
I love it.
I think it's stupid.
I absolutely love it. Because, I think it's smart.
It is
It
smart,
could
right?
happen.
If you have children. I mean, obviously, none of the people that are on these podcasts ever thought their child was going to go missing. I mean, some of them have sent their kids to school and they just never make it. What are some of the other stories we listen to, honey?
There's all kinds of
so many people missing. One little
Stay away from
9-year-old
truck
girl.
stops.
What about the 9-year-old little girl who they still don't know why she left her house at 4 in the morning? People saw her walking. No one had the common sense or decency to stop. That's ugly. I don't judge. But to me, that was really, when I heard that one, that made me mad because
Heard what?
a 9-year-old in a store walking down the road at 4 a.m. Now, one man did turn around to go help her, and she ran into the woods, so props to him. But what about all the other people? I would jack a child up and say, young man, young lady, where are you supposed to be right now? I call 911. There's a child walking on the road. Now, this may be, their podcasts are from different decades, different years, so it may have been at a time where we didn't have 911. I don't know if you guys knew that, but back in the old days, we didn't have 911. You had to call a 7-digit number.
I get the 7 digits from my mother tomorrow.
Okay, so anything else you guys want to add to our listeners before I close?
Follow me on TikTok.
Oh yeah, Izzy's TikTok.
It's the new one's is shown like my.
She lost her other one because her phone died, and when she tried to sign back in, it sent a code to a number she no longer has. It's a big mess. Bailey, anything?
No. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
What'd you ask? I don't remember.
Do you have anything else you want to tell our listeners or our followers? Oh, God!
No, stop!
Anything you want to tell our followers?
Yes, me and Izzy are gonna start going live a lot me and Izzy are gonna start going live a lot on her TikToks, and I'm gonna teach her dances.
Oh, that'll be fun.
I just
you know what?
I wasn't aware.
So you guys want to hear the most precious thing ever? So me and Bill, my husband, had to run a few errands, and we let Sophia and Roland stay with Bae. And when we got back, you guys, this 5-year-old and 10-year-old knew in complete dances. It was the cutest thing in the whole entire world. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up, but I wanted to remind you guys that we will be starting our podcast. I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet just because I need to secure all the websites and secure all the names. And I've done this before where I've said I'm going to do something and someone runs out and claims that the URL. So I'm going to wait, but I will be having a podcast coming up. My sister and I and me and my husband will be all doing it kind of together. My husband's not a huge believer in ghosts. He's had some things happen so where he has to believe a little bit, but he's more of the one that tries to bring the science out of it, like, oh, this noise happened because, I don't know, he'll make something up. It's ridiculous.
Because the house settled.
The house settled
It's
really
been like 2
loudly. That made the televisions change channels, and it made like big boom noises. I mean, just things that are a little ridiculous. But here's the cool part again, you guys. My sister owns a company in Savannah. It's called Ghost Town Tours. Like I said, the paranormal is really big in our family, and her tours are absolutely phenomenal. They take the equipment when you're on the tour so you can experience the supernatural, and I have a surprise for you guys. Guess what we're doing next Monday? We are going on one of her tours, and we're going to video our experience and what happens on her Ghost Town tour. So come with us as we journey to the unknown. It's going to be super fun. I'm sure sometimes some things will happen, sometimes it won't when we go out and do our podcast. So some of our podcasts will be just that, podcast, where we will be digging deep, looking at the information and all the information that's given pretty much online in our investigation, who we talk to and things like that. But some of our podcasts, we're going to actually travel together. Sometimes Bae, but he does have school still. But we are going to, excuse me, I'm talking. We're going to travel together to different places, the unknown, and try to see if we can get anything ourselves, bring our ghost hunting equipment with us, and just kind of see what's there, if anything. So our podcast, because we do have my husband, who's not a huge believer, it's going to be for everybody, whether you believe or not. Come and let's weigh it out. Let's see, is it scientific or is it real? What's going on out there? Come with us next Monday as we travel to Savannah and go on one of our first ghost town tours. You guys, those tours are amazing. They're super natural, paranormal. You get to hold equipment. You really get experience. So I will actually put the information into the description area. If you are in the Savannah area and want to go on one of the most amazing tours, make sure you reach out to that website. Until next Monday, remember to love yourself and others, lead by example, and serve selflessly.
Go buy my merch.
Bye, you guys. I want to give a huge shout out to Ashley Flowers on Crime Junkies. Your podcasts are awesome, and I love this idea of doing a folder if I go missing. So big props to you, and thank you so much for your weekly podcast. Until next time, you guys. See you soon.